hands laid on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it, I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. Here for the GT4 action on your screens tonight. We are in Japan. We are at Suzuka, this famous, historic racetrack that has seen many a championship win in the times of Formula One and other series across the world. But tonight, it is the GT4s that take to the track. I'm your host, Mathew Duffin. Joining me tonight in the commentary box is my partner in crime on a Monday night. That is PNMotorsport. PN, very good evening. Welcome to Suzuka. Are we looking forward to this one?
Yeah, welcome to the real Suzuka, unlike the one in Project Cars.
That's a fair point. I think bar Formula 2, in which you took pole position at this circuit, we haven't actually run the real Suzuka in a GT car.
No, we haven't. It was the fake one without the proper turn one, which is a bit longer run, and no Dunlop hairpin on Sakito, on Project Cars 1 and 2.
Very good point to make that. Well done. How are we? Are we good?
Yeah, well, I'm not hacking my guts up as much as I was last week.
No, you're better. I feel crap. So yeah, as you get well, one gets worse. Looking forward to being at Suzuka today. It's the track optimum. They've had an hour's practice session, and should be a good night of racing.
The land of the setting sun at the moment. That sunset looks fantastic.
Looks beautiful. Yeah.
POV. God, imagine having this on the PS5 version.
Looks absolutely beautiful. Good evening to Fury's granddad and Peaceful Stepdad, the only two people in the chat at the moment. But we are here. We have seen this fantastic layout, PN, bring us so many wonderful memories around the motor racing world in terms of championship wins, no more so than Murray Walker's famous quote of, I think I've got to stop, I've got a lump in my throat, when Damon Hill won his championship. It's provided, and then we bring the Senna-Prost fights into it. We have our own championship battle tonight, so will we see any of this?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't think anyone's sort of like when hand the title over at the car like Schumacher did, because he finished third in that 96 Japanese Grand Prix, and he was the first person to congratulate Hill. He was out the car, already standing there, waiting for him with his hand out. And people say
nice
he's... There's a lot of things said about him back in the day.
9 drivers taking to the track tonight. A little bit of a disappointing turnout for the GT4 guys tonight, which is a shame to see. We hope for a bit of a better turnout on Wednesday night for the Pro-Am Series. But we do have a new driver taking to the track tonight. He's just giving it a go. He's jumping in because... there was a spare seat, so why not have a go? Daz Automatic is joining us on the circuit. He's currently the 4th fastest. He's running his PS5 colours, the McDonald colours, like he is on a Sunday evening. But it's nice to see, Daz jump in and give it a go.
Yeah, it is nice to see Daz jump in and have a go. These tyres are an eye-opener because they don't have as much aero, they don't have as much tyre grip. The pressures are always stone cold when you come out the pits. And as Smokey ran right at the infamous chicane at the end of the lap, where we had 2 McLarens coming together in 1989. One of us in this comms box is old enough to remember that.
One of you is. The other one isn't quite. We have to mention Smokey Devil. He's on a race and a qualifying ban tonight. So Smokey will not take part in race 1. He has finished his practice session. He will not take part in race 1. He is on a ban for that one as Mike comes into the pit lane. I wonder if Dan's going to practice pit lane as well. No, he's going to drive on by. So Smokey Devil is on a qualifying ban. He will and a race ban, as is Louis Allen, also on a qualifying ban. Smokey Devil is for penalty points. Louis Allen's is for the retirement last week. In terms of most successful driver at this circuit, well, there's a few drivers who have had a bit of good fortune around here. Andy is one of them. 2 pole positions, 2 race wins. Smokey Devil, 2 race wins to his name at this circuit. So for Smokey Devil, it's a shame he can't race in this one because he's already got 2 race wins to his name. Overtaker is 2 for 2 in terms of poles and wins. Fury, 1 win, 1 pole. Little Leach, 1 win, no poles. Ukbar, 2 poles, 1 win. Max Mulder, 1 win and 1 pole. Jamie Brazier, no poles, 1 win. Rabbit Joe, 1 pole, no wins. Bozzy Boy, you remember Bozzy Boy back in that Pro-Am season? 2 pole positions, led both races, wheel disconnected both times. And Gary has 1 pole position. So Bozzy Boy, 2 poles, no wins. We are in that 1 minute practice session in which the grid order will look as follows then. Due to the lack of drivers tonight, it means that for the grid, it will be looking a little short. Only 8 drivers. It'll be Daz Automatic from Dean Wysocki, with DJ Phil from Louis Allen, with Mike Matthews from Dan Unorthodox Fury, then Future Revenge at the back of the pack. Then in this one, championship standings, PN, because I know that's one thing you're after. I forgot to post them as I went for my dinner. Look a little like this. 213 points left up for grabs. It is technically still a 3-horse race, and it will technically remain a 3-horse race. Sorry, just reading the message here. It is technically still a 3-horse race. It is Fury who leads the way, 17 points clear of Unorthodox, who is inside of me. I see that you're inside of Fury. Unorthodox second place. Smoky Devil still in this championship, but 116 points behind. Dennis Newman is P4 after he's away. He had a car crash, we do believe, so we hope he's getting well and is on the road to recovery. Peaceful tied with him, so Peaceful can move into that top 4 today. Tibbs, P6 at the moment. Kishanyika's P7. He should be back next week. We believe his wheel problem should be over and he'll be back next week. Future Revenge is P8. Louis Allen, P9. On a quali ban later on, though. DJ Phil is 10th. PN still 11th with De Hoffner 12th. No De Hoffner tonight to upset PN, so he'll stay in that top 11 with Doctor Who, who's not here, P13. Sooty Apex is 14th with Gary 15th. Dean Wysocki can go ahead of Gary tonight and Sooty and move himself up to 14th place in the standings. Brindown is 17th with John Andrews 18th. We wish him well as well. We know he's had surgery. E. McKizzle is 19th for Lucas Roth 20th. Monkey Boy 21st. Overtake 22nd and Shane 23rd. We've had 23 drivers sign up for this championship. 24 now it has. And we've got 8 cars on track for race 1.
It doesn't help out. I had to move to the comms box, did it?
Okay, so we've had 23 drivers sign up to this.
Yeah.
And Jay, get in the comms box and PN can race.
It is a bit...
It's really been like it's dropped off at the back end of this season.
Well, it's been dropping off for a few weeks, to be honest. Look at Pro-Am. And for that matter. It's just tailing off. And I know people could be busy, as we say, evening to Benny Varga.
Yeah.
Benny, jump in the GT4 car. For race 2. Pretend the Aston's a Jag.
Yeah. Or just go Maserati.
Or go Maserati.
So Smokey has backed out the lobby. Smokey could have just waited in the pit lane, to be fair, but he has backed out the lobby, meaning that grid boxes will not be blocked. So it's Daz on pole from Dean Wysocki, as we know. After Dean Wysocki, it is then DJ Phil. Yeah. Then it should be Louis Allen.
Yep.
Yeah. Then it should be Peaceful. Yeah. Then Dan. Then Fury. Then Future. So there they are.
Yep,
there's the grid. Who
spot
should we
on
go on
GT4,
board
well
with?
done.
Well done GT4. Let's go on board. Louis Allen from 4th place, I reckon, could be an interesting one to have a look at.
But we've got no McLarens and Ferraris in this race to collide with each other into race 1.
Yeah. Exactly. Right, here we go.
Again, I was old enough to remember that race, getting up very early in the morning with Dad to watch Formula 1 back in the day when it was on the Beeb. No, it's just like, just watch, look at the results, go, yeah, I'm not watching that race.
Yeah. I've stayed tuned to every single race, which is, brilliant, but at the same time, you're kind of like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The only redeeming factor of this whole whole season was Carlos Sainz winning at Singapore.
Yeah. Jay's made an interesting point there. Liking the look of this late evening race. That's one thing we forgot to mention, because this week is an evening race, and it's a week of full evening races actually, because Donington Park on Sunday will be an evening race as well. Suzuka evening race. Now, if we look at the times here, obviously as we see that brilliant Suzuka track, it is 5, 6, and 7 p.m. on both days. So the sun is setting even more as the time goes by, and the air temperature, the ambient temperature is 12 degrees, the track temperature is 13. It is bitterly cold on that circuit. And for GT4s that have to change tyres, that have no tyre blankets, we could be in for a juicy spell of racing.
30 PSI all round, sod it. Pump the tyres right up.
PSI's up, go. Evening to Simon Blair, who I believe is the Mutts Nuts. It's a shame the Mutts Nuts couldn't get in. He says it's just not working for him on a DM. So that is a shame to see. But let's see what the drivers can do.
As Future needs to come up alongside Fury. You still got to make...
Yeah, he's probably not. Because he doesn't seem to.
Or one thing we're going to see well as the light dims, we're going to see the Ferris wheel light up really nicely around
this
here.
is what I like to see about this. It's a shame that the camera angles aren't working to see this. Right then, they come out the last curve, as it's called. They head towards the start line. We're about to be green and go for round 15 of the season. Daz will lead the pack away. Mike's already looking to get a run up the inside of Louis Allen. The lights will go green. Long hold, they're green and go now. Look at Don Orthodox, he's getting a good start, coming straight through the pack. Peaceful as well, looking up the inside as Dean Wysocki and DJ Phil split Daz, meet in the middle. Dean hangs on to it, but Dan leads this race. Dean's trying to rejoin, he can't at the moment, manages to stay off the circuit and does not unsafe rejoin. But Dean and DJ Phil there clatter each other as they split Daz from the start. Fury's got past Daz, so now Dan can do that job of just holding back Fury at the moment. He'll want Daz or Mike to get on the rear end of him. It is very bitterly cold out there, but Fury on the back of Dan on Orthodubs as they come through the snake up towards Dunlop now, is I do believe. Yeah, up towards Dunlop now. Yeah. Fury looking all over the back of Dan as they head towards the Degners. PN.
The Degners and then there's the Dunlop hairpin into it. It's so nice to see proper Suzuka.
No, that's just the hairpin. Dunlop's the long left-hander according to this track map I'm looking at here.
Because if you look at the tower in the middle, it says Dunlop on it.
I don't know. According to this just says hairpin, and Dunlop's the long left-hander before the Degners. Either way, through the hairpin they go, and down towards the famous spoon curve. Now, a lot of straight here for Fury to use that straight line speed. Daz losing out a little bit. Mike's lost out a lot. Louis Allen can't stick with Mike. Then it's DJ Phil, Future Revenge, and Dean Wysocki. But it's Fury who's looking to the outside of spoon with Dan. Has to break a lot more, and Dan manages to get that job done.
Yeah, as they now head towards one of the shorter versions of a circuit start-finish line, which is a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
They have an east course and a west course.
Yeah.
They can split the circuit into half.
Which I believe is on Project Cars 2, again, without the little bits, isn't it? The two separate courses.
It's also on the Grand
Fury flashing his lights at Dan there. Daz and Mike have come back to play. A little lift off the throttle through 130R then as we come now down towards the chicane at the end of the lap.
Dan parked it on the apex.
He did. He's full on. Fury's hit Dan. Daz has hit Fury, and I think Mike's just hit the front of Dan. Fury is stationary. Daz cannot spin this car around, and by the time he gets a chance to, Dean Wysocki's coming through. Now he can spin it round. Future straight into the pits. Fury's going slow to let Dan back through, and Dean moves up a couple of places as well. The question for Dan is it straight in? Yes, it is. Fury, though, has gone so slow, waiting to give Dan the place back, and Dan's pitted.
Well, it happened already.
Yes. Hey, there we go.
It happened already.
It's happened already.
To quote Murray. Oh, Murray.
Absolutely fantastic. Right. Up through the snake they come then, towards the anti-banked curve is what it's called in front of me here now. As Daz is up towards Dunlop, DJ Phil is right all over the back. We'll go in with Dunlop. We'll stick with what the track map says here, Pian, at the minute.
Well, Jay's just said that's what it is as well, so...
Oh, there we go then.
I always thought it was the Dunlop hairpin, because the branding they used to have there all the time, even in
Future
F1
Revenge
races.
and Dan in the pit lane. They've pitted early. Dean's made up a couple of places. DJ Phil's right on the back of Louis Allen here, though, Pierre. He's lost a couple of tenths through the Dunlop and the Degners. as he comes into the hairpin now. Where is Sector 2? Just as you come to 130R. So it's Daz, who probably has a bit of front-end damage. So probably does Mike. But them two are sitting 1-2. Future Avengers away on his pit stop. Just looking at downstream to the left of me. Still got 20 seconds left to go. So Dan's in for a long stop, clearly repairing that damage after being hit by Fury.
Yeah, had a hell of a whack. And then Daz hit the back of Fury.
PN, I think, hit the back of front of Dan. Yeah, he did. So it was a massive, massive shunt all around. But it is Daz who leads this race. You know, jumped in as a reserve. He's only won one track on the one race. He's won on the track outright. The other two's been done in the steward's room that he's won. Well, at the minute, he leads the GT4s. Mike hasn't won since Cota back on Project Cars 2, the night race there. And, well, he could be in for a race win here tonight. Will they pit? Into the chicane they come now. Simon Blair, some shady tactics here, he says, and Benedict Varga, and it's happened immediately. This is amazing. Daz rounds the final bend, as does Mike. Even though them two have damage, they're still going. Louis Allen third. Dean Wisoki's lost out a little bit to DJ Phil. He is down in P5. Fury, though, he's had to straight line the chicane, so he's struggling. Dan's away here. Fury does not box. So Fury had to miss the chicane there as he's trying to hunt down Dean Wisoki. Fury struggling here, but Future Revenge, he's at the hairpin. Dan's only at the Degners. Let's speak of the Degners, by the way. Did we see the Super Formula crash the other week?
Oh, where the car
at 130R? Yeah.
Yeah.
Off, because obviously this is a figure of 8 circuit. The bridge crosses at 130R towards the Degners. Two Super Formula cars come together, and one ends up by the Degners.
Ironically, I've had something similar happen to me on F1 2010.
Yeah.
That's going back many years onto the PS3, where I was driving for Team Lotus, aka Caterham, the Tony Fernandez team.
Yeah.
Because they don't let you jump into a top team. I came around the Degner.
Which I loved, by the way, in that
the middle of the road. And I came round, and in the middle of the road was a Force India.
Brilliant.
Crash.
Which by the way,
hoop.
in that game, I absolutely loved. I thought it was brilliant. You couldn't start at the top as Mike massively outbrakes himself at the hairpin and nearly goes into the back of Daz. Manages to avoid them.
Yeah, it was like, what happened there? So I had to go through the rewind feature to find out what happened. And he flipped over the wheels of another car and landed at the bottom.
Brilliant. As Fury gets up the inside of Dean, up with the cutback, and Dean now falls behind Fury. If he can stick with Fury, that'll be brilliant for Dean then to do. And I think in this race, you've either got to pit early or pit late, because it's either get your tyres warm that you've got on, you know, get them off at the very end for one lap on cold tyres, or do the opposite. Dean actually looking like he's trying to come back at Fury through Spoon. Fury just looks like he's struggling with his car. Dean has a bit of a wiggle on exit. What about Peaceful and Daz? To 130, oh, big break there for Peaceful. Daz missing the apex a little bit, didn't clearly slow down as much. Louis Allen's dropped DJ Phil, and Louis Allen and Smokey will have to serve that qualifying ban. And through the chicane they come. Will Daz or Peaceful pit this lap? This is the big question. They come through. Daz boxes. Peaceful stays out. What's Louis Allen going to do? He stays out as well. DJ Phil sliding through the chicane. He's going to stay out. Fury gets the chicane right this time. He looks like he's staying out. Dean Wisoki, he will also stay out on the track.
A lot of them cars look very loose on the rear end coming through the final corner. They look very loose indeed. So that reminds me tomorrow night put more downforce into the Bentley. so it's not so slidey.
That was an evil crash, said Micro Jays. The question for Daz is, will Daz repair any damage he may have? And well, I don't think Daz's stream is quite caught up on my end to where he should be, because he's just been off and it's more daylight than what it is. He's got 29 seconds left, so that to me would say that Daz is repairing whatever damage he has. Future Revenge is coming through towards 130R. Danny's at Spoon now, so we keep our eyes on that of Daz. Daz could have a good lead here over Unorthodox in this race. Dean's lost out to Fury a little bit. Fury trying to hunt down DJ Phil now. And this is all for position. DJ Phil in recent weeks, by the way, Pro-Am and GT4, has had some good results. He's had some top fives and a podium.
Yeah, well, for cut down grids, kind of.
Results are results, you know. You take what you get in front of you. Daz comes out the pits. Future Revenge can only see the red lights in front. Dan's only just breaking into the chicane, so Daz has a good lead over Dan. That is points taken away from Dan as Fury's on the back of DJ Phil. He's flashing DJ Phil. This is for position. So Phil's entitled to fight. He doesn't have to move out of the way. Fury gets the run, though, in his BMW. Great straight line speed. On the brakes, Phil tries to brake later and go around the outside of Fury. That's not going to work at Spoon. Fury moves up to P4. So job done for Joe there, your current championship leader. The question is, when Joe pits, is he going to repair the damage? Because, you know, it's going to be tough. Yeah. Future Revenge 16 seconds behind Daz. 14 seconds behind Future Revenge. So big ask there. Mike through the chicane. Right, left. What about Louis Allen? He's just into it as well. Will Mike pit this lap? 11 minutes left. No, he stays out. What about Louis Allen? He's going to box. Fury, who looked like he messed up the first part of that chicane there. He's going to stay out. DJ Phil will stay out. Dean Wasocki, who did you a favour last week in the AM, didn't he? He stays out as well. Beating Danlick. Did you a bit of a favour there?
I don't help that Danlick flew off the road a few times.
Well, yeah, but Dean got in front.
Danlick was just sort of like went to pieces after the pit stops, and no idea why. As Louis not my KTM, which for some reason is here at Suzuka.
Because it's a small car and we don't want to block the pit lane. So I went in the Bentley.
So you went in the Bentley, but luckily the car behind you isn't racing.
Yeah.
So because it's in the comms box. Because me commentating whilst racing wouldn't probably be a good idea because of my mouth when I'm racing.
Right. Yeah, well, hey, me and you both, pal. Dan, down towards 130 he's going to come now. Fury 7.9 off the back of Mike. Louis Allen is now away. Where's Daz Automatic? I tell you what, Daz's long pit stop, because the damage he would have had from catching Fury has hurt him. Because Louis Allen's got past, very borderline across pit exit line there. But Louis Allen, well, that could put him net lead of this race at the moment, PM.
It could be, but Daz has also had the lap to get his tyres.
That's a funny thing as well, actually. Daz and Louis Allen teammates last season.
Yep, in Pro-Am.
Pro-Am champions, Titanora Racing, team champions. So they now get to battle each other once again. No team orders this time in GT4s. There is no championship for the teams. There is no teams involved. For Mike, though, he's coming to 130R. This gap field is a little spread out. Dan's only got the gap down to 11 seconds to Future Revenge. He's not charging on Future Revenge, but Fury's got to pit at some point. Where is Dan? He's through the snake. Fury's just into 130R. He's just out of it. He's now at the chicane. Mike boxes. So this is where we'll get to see if the overcut or undercut is strong, depending on if Mike takes his damage.
That looked quite hot in the pit lane.
Joe stays out. Phil stays out. Dean, what's he going to do here? Now, Daz lost 7 seconds to the rest of the pack. So I tell you what, he could be under threat by DJ Phil and Dean Wasocki.
He could be, and more cars between Fury and Dan, that'd be a big advantage for Fury.
Exactly. Louis Allen has 7.3 over Daz. Daz 8.7 to Future Revenge. Future Revenge 9.6 to Unorthodox. And Mike, who's repairing damage as well. So he's having a bit of a longer stop at the moment. Louis Allen is coming towards 130R. Did Daz bring that gap down any to Louis Allen? Oh, that's wide. That'll be track limits. The track temperature's dropped. Wonder how those tyres are coping. Yeah, it's dropped down to 13 degrees. Daz has brought the gap down a little bit to Louis Allen.
13, 12.
Gap is 6.9. And 9.5 to Future Revenge. So he's extended his gap to Future Revenge. Mike is off the limiter. Mike has jumped Daz. Mike could be on for a race win here tonight. Louis Allen will not get past. Daz, well, that damage clearly hurting Daz here in this race.
Yep, Louis wide again into turn 1 and 2.
Dan's got the gap down to 3 point... we'll see in a minute when he crosses the line. But he's not really massively bringing that gap down. It's 8 seconds to Future Revenge. We're keeping on that at Sector 1. Joe has a 7-second lead over DJ Phil, who's 6.8 out of Dean. The question is, what will Joe do when Joe pits?
Well, got to pit sooner or later. Or do you just do one last lap on new tyres?
This is what I mean. Either way, you know, what would be the tactic be? Would the tactic be to do one lap of tyres cold at the start, get in pit, you know, have the rest of the race to warm your tyres up? Or would the tactic be do the whole race and warm your tyres up at the end? That Ferris wheel looks absolutely beautiful, lit up as Fury comes into the pit. Oh, and had to brake a little earlier than he'd have liked it. As DJ Phil now has to go across the chicane partly. That'll allow Dean to catch up a bit. Does DJ Phil pit? No. Carries on his way. What about Fury now? This is where
Phil's got to lead this race.
He is, and Dean Wasoki's going to be second. The question is, where's Mike? Coming through Spoon now. Louis Allen's only 2.8 off the back of Mike, so clearly the outlap crucial here. Dan on this lap has took 9 seconds out of Future Revenge. We're not even at Sector 2. So Mike is coming to 1:30R. Joe's pit stop time when he is up is 30 seconds. Joe is not repairing the damage he had.
No, that might hurt him later in the race, though.
It might, but with only 5 and a bit minutes left to go and a 2-minute lap time, is it going to hurt him that much? Mike comes towards the final chicane now.
Fury's still not away yet.
Yeah, he's still got 12 seconds on his twitch at the moment. 9, 8, 7. And Mike's round the final corner. Louis Allen is coming round the final corner. Daz is at the chicane. Dan's nowhere near. Fury's on the limit. Fury's away. There goes Mike. Mike will net lead this race. Here comes Louis Allen. Louis Allen will be in net second place. Daz is not close enough. Now then, I wonder if the stewards could be a little busy tonight.
It could be for that race start. Well, chicane.
Championship on the line. You've got to take every advantage you can.
Yeah.
So Daz, P6, Future's P7. Dan, by the way, took 3.7 seconds out of Future Revenge there. But Fury is on the podium. Didn't repair his damage. Will it hurt him when Daz tries to come knocking? Because Fury's on cold tyres. Let me tell you, I'm looking at Fury's tyres now. They are still a darkish blue. And, yeah, Fury could be in a bit of trouble if he doesn't get his tyres up to the right window. Louis Allen 4.3 behind Mike, which means Joe another 1.5 behind Louis Allen, who's wide and deep at Degner 2 and into the gravel. That's not going to help him in terms of his cause of Daz catching him. And DJ Phil and Dean, well, they're coming to the final chicane. That gap staying around 6.8.
Is Phil coming in? Oh, he cut the chicane a little bit there.
Yeah, that could be a track limit warning for DJ Phil. He's not come in. Will Dean?
We've got to do it next lap, really.
No, Dean's boxing. Dean's boxing. I don't think he knew where the pit entry was there because it was such a slow entry, that, for Dean. There we go. Brake hard. Get it slowed down.
That's slower than 31 mile an hour.
Yeah. Dean's in. Dean was in safe. Now, I reckon, can Dan jump Dean? That's going to be the question. Dan's hunting down Future Revenge. Future's 11 seconds behind that of Daz. Fury, though, 4.4 clear of Daz, trying to get on the back of Louis Allen. Dan can see Future Revenge now.
The hunt is on. 8 cars. We'll have 9 for race 2 when...
9 for race 2 because Smokey's back in, yeah.
It's been very interesting strategy-wise.
It will be interesting strategy-wise as Dan giving Future Revenge a flash of the lights. Here comes Peaceful Explosion. He goes past Dean. Louis Allen's going to come past Dean. Fury's right up the rear end of Louis Allen, by the way. Giving him a flash of the lights as well. Louis goes to defend the inside line. Fury looking to go around the outside of turn 1. This will be brave. Oh, he turns in and contact is made. And Fury stays wide and slow. Has he hit Louis off? Louis span right around and Daz has got past them both. Dean is now away as Future and Dan just get past. And Joe still waiting for Louis Allen, is he? Not sure. He's back on the track and going. Not sure if he's waiting for Louis. Yes, he stayed wide. So he's slow waiting for Louis. Dan can now see Fury a little bit. Dean's come out dead last in P8. DJ Phil has to pit this lap. If he doesn't,
he does have to pit this lap.
It'll be last place for him. Mike is on the cards for a race win. Holy mother.
We're not counting any chickens or anything. This is Mike.
Yeah. Fury now to the outside of Degner 1 on Louis Allen. They both brake hard into the corner. Joe turns in and nearly taps the rear of Louis Allen again, who's a little wiggly through the corner. Dan has cleared Future Revenge, can now head out after Fury. Louis Allen touches the gravel over. Fury is now through, has a wobble himself. But what extra damage does Fury have to his car then?
Yep.
Will that hurt him? Although Dan will only have this lap and the next lap to hunt after Fury, and the gap 7 seconds. So Dan up to 6th, Louis Allen down to 4th. Fury is currently running a net 3rd because DJ Phil is in the pit. I wonder where DJ Phil may come out in this after the fact that a bit's happened. He was 6 seconds clear of Dean, so he might come out in that sort of future revenge Dan area.
It's going to be fascinating to see where DJ Phil's Audi, I had to get the right car manufacturer. Did you hear in the World Series Australia stuff that Audi have pulled all customer support as well?
Yeah.
For the R8.
Yeah, I did hear that. I also saw that Valentino Rossi will be racing at Le Mans next year.
He's doing the full WEC.
Yeah.
World Endurance Championship in a BMW M4.
So is he doing the GT World Challenge anymore, or?
No, I think he stepped up to World Endurance Championship.
There we go. So Valentino Rossi. So Mike starts the final lap as race leader. Daz goes through in 2nd. Fury will take P3. Louis Allen looks like he's going to take P4. DJ Phil is away. Dan's not yet through here. Where's DJ Phil in terms of the pit lane? There goes DJ Phil. There goes Dan. Future Revenge will not get DJ Phil. So DJ Phil P6. Dean needs to try and catch back onto the rear of Future Revenge. Louis Allen is within about a second, I think, of Fury. 1 and a bit seconds. Fury, though, well, been in the wars in this first race.
He has, and I don't want to be in that party right now. It won't be nice words being said about that, and it's the Porsche Super Cup again, all over again at Brands Hatch.
Yeah, except this time, not as dominant from Fury, and Dan still in a championship fight. Either way, Fury comes through Degner too. He can see Daz in front, but 4.5 seconds is going to be mighty, mighty impressive for him to make up. Dan's only 4.9 behind Louis Allen. So if Louis Allen does that, big wiggle for Louis out the second Degner. Dan may get a place. Future Revenge gaining on the back of DJ Phil. We'll cut to Mike in a moment. As here comes Future Revenge. Sorry?
Mike's now gone through Spoon.
Yeah, no worries. Future Revenge. DJ Phil parks it on the hairpin apex. Mike, says Benedict Varga. Well, it's been a long time coming. I'm sure he'll tell you that one. It has been a long time coming.
Hey, we might actually get an interview after race 1.
Mate, I can only imagine that he's going to be buzzing. Can only normally do an hour on a Monday. He's been able to get on a bit longer and do a bit longer on a Monday night. As he's now coming through the chicane. It is going to be Peaceful Explosion, who probably didn't think he'd ever win on ACC, but he's going to take the GT4 win here at Suzuka. It is race 15 win for Peaceful Explosion. He wins the first race of the night here at Suzuka. Daz Automatic probably didn't expect to do anything in a GT4 car tonight. He's going to get on the podium. It's another podium for Daz Automatic. It's P2 for him. Fury, been in the wars, but I'm sure we'll be delighted to take P3. Louis Allen is going to come across the line in P4. Good result for him. Dan, just a little further behind P5. DJ Phil just hangs on in there over Future Revenge. That is 6th for DJ Phil. It is going to be 7th for Future Revenge. And Dean Wasocki comes across the line P8. That is all we have at the moment. We'll be back in a couple of moments' time for the qualifying and race 2 of the evening. Don't go anywhere.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. Golden. When we meet, hold my hand in the darkness. Summer heat, bodies laid on the carpet. Eye to eye, glistening, no, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. Golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You know it. Yeah, you're glowing. Golden.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SimPlay Motorsport. We're here for the second qualifying of the evening. Still no Smoky Devil in the lobby, so hopefully he gets back in at the end of this session. He has a qualifying ban anyway, so too does Louis Allen. It is unorthodox who is wasting very little time in getting out on the circuit for this 15-minute quali. The championship, though, with 178 points left up for grabs today, will officially become a two-horse race if Smoky Devil doesn't come back. It is 22 points the gap has opened up to, and it is Fury who leads by that gap. 4.57 for Joe, 4.35 for Dan. Smoky, missing race 1 on 314 points, has now got Mike on 246. So Mike, with a lot of points up for grabs, now a 3-time race winner, could well be up for P3 in this championship. And let's not forget, Mike started late and has sometimes only done the one race. Dennis Newman stays P5 with Future Revenge moving into 6th. Tibbs drops to 7th. Kishanyika stays in 8th. Louis Allen stays P9 with DJ Phil top 10. PNMotorsport stays 11th with De Hoffner, Doctor Who 12th and 13th. Dean Wasocki moves up to 14th with Sutty and Gary 15th, 16th. Bryn John Andrews, Ema Kizzle, Lucas Roth rounding out the top 20. Daz Automatic can break into that top 20 with another good result tonight if he gets it. Monkey Boy 22nd, Overtake 23rd, and Shane 24th. We're joined by first and third in the commentary box. Daz clearly didn't fancy an interview while having to qualify. Joe. Good evening. Welcome to the podium. Third place. Talk us through lap 1. Preferably the end.
So, coming up to the last chicane on the exit of it, obviously, me and Dan racing for first place. You know, short race, you've got to go for the move you can before you pit, see if you can pull a gap or not. Coming into the last corner, Dan was for the whole lap 1, Dan was slightly holding me up, trying to get Daz to get on the back of me so Daz could get past and obviously take points away from me, but I was trying to keep it there, and then coming to the last chicane, or exiting it, I'm guessing Dan got a little bit of a slide on, or he hit the curb a bit too hard, kind of slid towards me. I took the hard, like, really tight inside, and still managed to clip the back of him, but it just kind of all went wrong from there, really. Got in, well, a couple of cars I think it was involved in the end, but I tried to wait for Dan.
Yeah.
Give him the place back. But
after that, though,
straight away.
It was charging on as normal. The damage didn't seem to be hurting you too much. You managed to clear Future Revenge and a couple of other cars along the way. You got yourself in the lead. Surprised to get third place at the end of that with your damage? Because obviously you then picked up more damage with an incident with Louis Allen.
Yeah, well, the damage wasn't really hindering me a lot. Maybe in the straight lines a little bit, but obviously with the damage it was helping me more in the corners, which is where I kind of needed it to keep this car more sort of corner car for this circuit, because there's only really 2 main straights where you can put all the power down floor. Well, get any top speed really and get some moves done, because this thing in a straight line is honestly a menace. But yeah, a bit more extra damage with Louis Allen, still gave him the position back. Don't know who was at fault, but
apart from that, P3 extends your gap by 5 points. You've got to be happy with that. Obviously, you've always got to be pleased when you can extend your gap.
yeah, I know how Dan can race. I know he's gonna have some more rounds on me. It's gonna become close towards the end. I know it is, because I know how good a driver Dan is, and he is a proper ascendant guy.
Race 2, you're obviously going to be looking for that 24th pole position. Can you get the pole position? Can you get another race win?
Hopefully. I mean, I was doing good times in practice, but Dan was very close to me yet again. So, just got to see how it goes.
Joe, best of luck for race 2.
Cheers, mate. Congrats to Mike and Daz.
And we go to Mike, who's now, as I scroll down my long list of names, where is he? There he is. Danlick, Ginger Bush, Shakulovic, Ivor, Tim, Dean Wasocki, Cobb, The Goat, D Biggs, Xmart, DJ Phil, NJ Welshie, Falgesh J, all on 3 wins, are now joined by Peaceful Explosion. I'd love to find out your percentage of 245 race starts, 3 wins. Well done, Mike Matthews. That was a fantastic race.
Cheers, man. It felt alright, to be fair. Once I got past Fury and Dan after their little spin, and Daz got caught up in it, it sort of gave me a good run.
Give you a good run. Daz obviously kept the lead. You was gaining on him, and it looks a little good battle between you and Daz. Nothing sort of too dramatic, but a good little fight in terms of Daz would pull away here, you catch him back there.
Yeah, so I ended up catching the front end of Dan in that final corner, trying to avoid all of it, and by doing so, it gave me 12 seconds of damage, so I opted not to fix it, but I was slowly catching on the back of Daz, and Daz fixed his, so could have been a different story if we both fixed damage. We could have had a battle to the end, I reckon.
You love a good bit of lap one damage, don't you? Normally it's me. Normally it's me who. At the minute, it's normally me that gives you the first lap damage, but it wasn't tonight.
No, it was someone else for a change.
Yeah, must feel different. Race 2, though, Mike. You look like you're pretty much third place in kind of qualifying and race runs. Is that fair to say? Do you think you're kind of the third fastest tonight on the track?
Yeah, I think it's between me and Daz. I think I've got a slight edge because I've raced these a little bit more than Daz has, which gives me an edge. But in the practice, it was pretty close. But I think you've got like Fury and Dan at front, then me and Daz, then the rest, I think, on pace for here.
So do you think another podium is on the cards for race 2?
Possibly. We'll just see if Fury and Dan decide to spin in front of us again.
Well, Mike, we wish you the best of luck in that second race. Go get them. Mike, as well, moves up ahead of Emo Guy onto 26 podiums. He's one podium behind Max Mulder. He's 3 wins, like we said. He joins them illustrious drivers on that 3-win mark. He'll be after a 4th win to join Bozzy Boy and Nicky. So great racing all around. He also gets Mercedes-Benz 92nd race win. BMW now need 5 podiums for their 100th. Can they do it this week? There's 2 BMWs out there at the moment. As Fury tops the times 3/10 quicker than Dan, who's on an outlap. Car 67, that's Mike, stays P3 at the minute. Daz will be the next to start a lap. Dean currently quicker than DJ Phil. Louis Allen is out qualifying. Now, he isn't allowed to set a lap time. He's got a quali ban.
I just tagged him on Discord.
Yeah, just make sure he was tagged in the post, and you've tagged him again. So that will mean that his qualifying ban will jump over to this week. To next week.
Points it,
That's well, if he doesn't set a race lap, then we're fine. Stats comes through 1:30 now. So Mike, 92nd race win for the Mercedes-Benz. The podium for the Mercedes is 261. Audi got a podium, that puts it up to 164, and Fury's podium for the BMW puts it on 95 then. All fun. PN, good race one. Good race one. A lot of damage for cars, which has meant a lot of interesting battles between drivers on the track. It was an interesting race.
It was an interesting race as I'm watching Mike completely try and get DJ Phil and
He just stopped on the apex.
Daz has just gone quicker than Mike by 48 thousandths of a second. Daz to Mike at the moment as Fury's coming into Spoon now. He is on a valid lap. That is Dean Wasocki in front, who's on an invalid lap. I'm just looking at car 95. Louis Allen is on a valid lap time as he's coming through Dunlop towards the Degners now. So he's got half a lap to invalidate it.
Or pull straight in the pits.
Yeah. But, PN, it was a good race one. Mike obviously taking his 3rd race win. And
that means I've got to win one tomorrow then.
Yeah, that means you've got to win one tomorrow to catch back on. We apologise. We said that he won at Cota in the dark. It was actually Bathurst in the damp. That is Mike's first dry race win. So, proving he can do it in all conditions.
Well, I've won in the dry and the sunrise. And the wet. Bathurst. And we won't. Yeah, we've lost over some of the races when the car just didn't work. We had a lose Am, but on broadcast, but we got the PS5 stuff, which looks fantastic.
So I've just worked out the statistics, PM. You know, as I said, I'd love to find out the percentage of wins for Mike. I have. Mike wins a race every 1.2% of the time. So that is good percentage. Dan comes through the final bend, down the start straight now in his Chevrolet Camaro. What's he going to do as he crosses the line? Stays towards the pit wall. I'm not sure that's the fastest line for Dan. No, doesn't improve, goes straight back to the pits. Louis Allen is about to set a lap time, is he? Yes.
Yes.
So that will unfortunately be a qualifying ban for next week. And he goes quicker than Dean Wysocki and DJ Phil there does Louis Allen. Then next car to
Also,
the Fury.
ignoring admins in Discord.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't acknowledged it at all.
So look at this. Look at this. We can add Mike to the most successful drivers now. Peaceful explosion.
What, here at Suzuka?
No pole positions, but one win. No, get them all on there from Project Cars and ACC. It's GT racing. They all count.
Even though it's completely
don't take the other two off.
flow.
Yeah, he's either going to lose two to gain one. We can't do that to him.
No, we're talking about Stagito in general.
Oh no. Oh, well, then technically, actually, if we're looking at that, Mike is the first ever Suzuka winner because we've only done the fake Suzuka on Project Cars 2. Well done, Mike.
He is, yeah. First Suzuka winner.
My telly blanked off then as I was coming into the chicane at the end.
Brilliant. Here comes Fury.
Come back on in time.
3/10 Fury has the pole by. Is he going to improve as he comes down the start line now towards the line? Does not improve. Louis Allen will be the next car across the line then. So let's see what he can do.
Yeah, let's have Stagito as a separate circuit than Suzuka.
No.
It's different. It's no
Just for the lap times.
Donington counts as the same circuit for the National and the GP. You see, got you there, haven't
Yeah, but they don't cut out the hairpin at all at Suzuka.
Alton Park. We're around the different layouts of Alton Park. You see.
You have 3 at Snetterton. You have
I've got
4
you there.
at Silverstone. You have 4 at Silverstone if you had the national circuit. Not national, the Stowe circuit.
I'd say Brands Hatch, but we never ran Brands Hatch Indy on Project Cars 2 because that would have been absolute chaos. Louis Allen rounds the final bend and comes down towards the start line now. Next car on a flyer at the hairpin is 67. That is Mike. Louis Allen doesn't improve on his time. Mike's the next one. There's one track that's blank at the minute on my most successful drivers post. Valencia.
Which will have possibly
next season. Yeah.
First full season.
Now.
PS5.
Do we class the Nordschleife as Nürburgring when it comes to PS5 next season? I'd arguably say yes.
Different tracks.
No.
Because the Nordschleife, you can actually include the Nürburgring.
That's the point. What version's coming to ACC? Is it the combined?
The It's the combined.
So it's the full combined thing?
Yeah.
Right, so there we go. It counts as Nürburgring. It's got part of the Nürburgring on it.
And
Most successful driver at the Nürburgring is Gary and Mazda. There's a blast from the past.
Smokey's coming back in the session now.
There we go. Smokey's in. He may get booted out, but we'll hopefully then come back in because of factoring qualified. Mike improves. He finds 0.7 of a second there to stay in P3. Fury, no time gained there. DJ Phil next to the line. That'll be invalid. He's come straight across the chicane. Next one is Dean Wysocki. So if we look at the Nürburgring, Gary and Mazda most successful. Gary's had more wins. Mazda's had poles and wins. Dan 2 apiece. Just looking at I've had a win and a pole. Fury's never actually done anything there. Fury's never actually done anything at the Nürburgring. Neither's Mike. Neither's Mike. Interesting. Right, one thing we ought to look at as well is the weather for next week.
Cold, wet,
cold,
bubbly.
But let's take a look. Weather. Dean's invalidated his lap time. Sleet, if that's the S word you're thinking of. Sleet.
I was thinking of snow, actually.
Sleet and 1 degree, but a 60% chance of it. In fact, no, what time's the night race? 10, 11, 12, innit?
Yeah.
All right, 69, 66.
9, 10, 11, isn't it?
9, 10, 11. So I think we'll probably go from 10 o'clock. 66% chance of snow. We can't have snow on ACC, which means...
It'll be rain.
It'll be rain. It will be rain. And I'm not here.
Right.
I'll be able to commentate it, but I'm not here.
Full downforce. All the traction control. Just go to the finish.
Yeah.
Survive.
Wet preset, I reckon. Wet preset, raise the ride height.
Raise the ride height and pump the tyres up so they keep warm.
Yeah. Next week could be an interesting one to broadcast and watch. Make sure you tune in for that one, as well as Sunday for Donington Park, where the evening race here, it's not looking bad weather. There's a little rain around, but it looks dry and cloudy at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see what the race will be, what the weather will be like on Sunday. That gets posted on the Sunday as well, so we won't know until the day what will be the weather.
And then the following Sunday, the night race at Snetterton.
Yeah, who thought that was a good idea? We did.
Bobby, you should. We did, because I love 24-hour racing.
We did. Me and you. Because it was me and you who did that. Fury doesn't improve. There's only DJ Phil left out on a lap. He's coming around the final part of the corner now. Yeah, dark, wet and cold. What a combo, says Jay. It's the night race at Nürburgring next week in the snow, so that'll be fantastic. As the track is optimum and it is dry here, DJ Phil stays P7. Fury takes pole position. He now needs 1 pole position to claim that 25th pole. And he could do that, potentially, on Thursday evening.
If not, then next Sunday. On Sunday. At Donny.
And he'd be a good shout to do it on the Sunday as well. So 24 poles for Joe. That would put him in the club with unorthodox Andy, Big Boy Brazier and Gary. He's had 115 podiums to his name as the track's back down to 13 degrees. Now, what we're going to see in this race, we saw the track temp drop to 12 degrees. We have an extra 25 minutes on this race. It could drop a bit further as Smoky Devil gets in. Good for Smoky Devil that he is in time for the race.
My KTM's been devoured by Dan's Camaro.
Yeah, I've now got
Absolutely
Fury
devoured.
inside my Bentley. Driver milestones, none coming up at the moment. The next person will be Nexus, which will be next week, provided he races this week and next week. Nexus in race 2 of Nürburgring in his Jag, 50th appearance. Beautiful. What do we not love about that? Next one for their 100th race will be Leon Fernie. He needs to make 4 races in Pro-Am. That could be next week. The next one for 150 will be Amplava. He needs 9 more races. There's only 6, unless he does a 2 GT4s, which will be next week and the week after. Next person for 200 will be Monkey Boy. That'll be race 1 on Wednesday evening, provided he's racing. 250 will then be Mike, so Mike will make it 246 tonight. It'll be 248 on Thursday, so which means Nürburgring in the cold, night race. Mike will make his 250th race appearance.
Spa 2.4. We did. That was dark as well for his 200th.
And then for Gary 131, he will also make, if he'd have raced tonight or if he'd have done Sunday night, he would be on his 300. In fact, if he races Donny Sunday, that'll be his 300th race. And Fury's only 9 away, so he'll be 8 away after this one. 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday. That'll put him 6 away. 1 on Monday, 5. 2 GT4. We'll put him 3 away. 2 in. So Snetterton night race will be Fury's 300th race. Yes, boy.
I'm still a way away.
Yeah, you're down on... You're only on 130, so you're only 20 away. Next season.
Maybe next season, depends what I can do. Because real life and stuff. Still.
You've got to think, if this was...
You've got to be reserve again.
If you was able to race Am and the GT4 still, you'd have been on 15 races. So that's an extra 7. So that's 137. Plus you missed 1 Am.
I've missed 1 Am.
So that's 138.
But I did 2 Pro-Am as a sub.
That's true. So, yeah, so true. But even if you'd have done that, that's 138. With another race tonight, that's 139. With 3 Sundays, that's 142. 4 GT4s left, that's 146. Oh, you'd have been on 148. If you'd have done every race, even with them 2 reserves for Pro-Am, you'd have been on 148.
Technically, I'm still sort of in hand. But in second place in the championship.
Yeah, that means racing GT4s as well.
Yeah, I don't want to race the GT4s.
Dan's flashing Fury that match. It's Fury from Dan, Peaceful, Daz, Louis Allen, who shouldn't be P5, Dean Wasocki, DJ Phil, Future Revenge, Smokey Devil. Is your grid order. Let's go on board with Daz. Going into turn 1, this could be an interesting one.
It could be an interesting one. It's going to get spicy. We've got 25
Tip for a race winner?
I don't really want to say anyone because we might have carnage again, as we did previously.
Go on, give us one.
Who do I curse? Or praise with gold? I reckon Smokey.
From the back?
From the back, because he can watch everyone crash into turn 1. Or the chicane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mike again, you know.
We're now into the nitty-gritty part of the season, aren't we? We've got, after this, there's only 2 more rounds, 4 more races.
Yeah, 4 races with what will be 142 points up for grabs. The gap is now 23. Smokey needs to outscore Joe to stay alive in this championship, which is, let's realistically, will be done next week. But Smokey, Louis Allen and Fury, podiums for them 3 tonight will mean that both BMW only need 2 podiums to get its 100th. So, you know, every cloud
has a silver lining, or it's a
yeah, exactly. No, every cloud has a silver lining.
I can't believe I've moved up to 3rd in the PS5 stuff.
I know. Well done, you actually. Well done, you.
I'm the quickest driver out there.
No, but hey, consistency, not quitting, pays off. Right, we round the final corner. We get ready to go for the final time tonight. Evening Type Tech in the chat. It is Fury and Dan on the front row. It is Mike and Daz row 2. Louis Allen and Dean row 3. DJ Phil and Future Revenge row 4. Smokey Devil at the back on his own.
Oh, he ain't, because Future Revenge has dropped behind him.
Yeah, not sure why.
Come on, guys.
And we are for round 16, green and go. That's a great start from Unorthodox, who's now going to come across and defend from Fury. He can't fully defend as Joe's still there. Dan breaks late into turn 1, manages to get it stopped, parks it on the rumble strip of the outside of turn 1. Everybody through cleanly. Yes, they are. Dean's got the jump on Louis Allen. It's a good start from Dean. Smokey's going side by side with DJ Phil into the snake, as it's called. Up the around the outside, up the inside. He'll have the outside line again. He's got it done. Good move, Smokey Devil. That good bit of driving. Louis Allen looking up the inside.
Smokey, yeah.
Sorry, Pien, go on.
I was on board with Smokey then. It was very good driving. He made that BM stick.
Oh, Dean's gone a little wide on his entry into Dunlop. Louis Allen's all over the grass. He's going to come back on and just pushes Dean a little wide. And Dean goes off. Bounces off the wall as well.
Yeah, but let's not mention that wall. Because, yeah, that's where effectively the
Fury
life ended.
On the back of Unorthodox end to the outside of the hairpin. Can't get nothing done there.
Oh, here we go again. We're going to head towards Spoon and then 130 and into the chicane.
Yeah.
We've been here before.
Except Daz was ahead of Mike, so Mike might be able to avoid Fury and Dan this time. Fury into Spoon, tries to brake late. Dan gets it stopped and turned in, misses his apex a little bit, but that's not going to hurt you through Spoon as much, as it's a little bit of a tricky corner, Spoon. The canvas at the track sort of falls away from the corner as you come up and over the crest. So for an orthodox here, he's got Fury on the back of him. He's already going defensive at 130R. Does Fury have the minerals out 130R? Dan's going to make him go to the outside. This is going to be a brave move. Remember Alonso Schumacher? Fury doesn't have them kind of minerals. Dan holds on to the place. This could bring Mike back onto it. Joe looks like he's let Dan go a little bit. This time, brakes a little earlier than Dan. Gets it turned into the chicane. We're all through cleanly, so we get to go racing once again. Smokey, by the way, he's up ahead of Louis Allen and DJ Phil, so he's made progress.
Well, Michael Schumacher and Alonso had some minerals back in the day. Two of the greatest of F1.
Fury to the outside of turn 1. Well wide. You can do it around the outside at turn 1, but Dan manages to hook that inside line. Now as they come to the snake, Joe's gone to the outside of what will be turn 2. And again, just has to brake a lot and tuck back in. Mike is sitting on and watching all this develop. Mike sat in a really nice spot as Fury has a look and... Oh, not there, Joe.
Not quite yet. Mike's probably thinking, come on, you two, do it again.
Yeah, I'm on for another race win here, lads. Just, you know, help a friend out.
Whoa, Mike lost the rear end of the car.
Now Joe getting... Joe's getting close towards the Degners. No, can't do it there. Dan manages to get a better run through the Degners. It's all about the pit stops here, though, and in this 45-minute race, PN, this could really help these tyres. They'd have obviously had 20 minutes to learn about the pressures. They'd have had 20 minutes to sort of play around and make sure they know what to do with their tyre strategy going into this second race. So this could really help them.
It could, but the one thing they now can't see out on track is the track temp.
They can if they load their pit board.
It's getting colder.
Well, they can if they load the pit board. It is on there, so they'd have to load the pit board to see if it is getting colder. And Dan...
I don't have enough buttons to do that on the controller.
No. Dan through Spoon. Louis Allen's losing out to Smokey Devil. Future Avengers lost out to DJ Phil. Dean's trying to catch the pair of them. But here we go towards the chicane again. Mike is not closer this time of Fury. Giving Dan a flash of the lights. He's looking, but Dan puts his car in exactly the right position. And Dan's just got to do this for more 41 more minutes. Joe already early on the brakes into 130R they come. Gets the good run through. Dan, though, equally got a good run. As Louis Allen's 2/10 off the back of Smokey Devil now through 130R. And Louis Allen a little wide there. Future Avengers losing out. Dean catching up. Fury gets a run out of the chicane on Dan. And he's going to go to the outside line. Through that last final bend. Dan's still going to have the inside here. And Joe's going side by side with Dan then. Fury unorthodox. This could be for the championship. Look at the BMW pull in a straight line. Dan brakes as late as he dares. So did Fury. And Fury drifts very, very wide. And manages to slot back in behind Dan.
Wow. What a battle between these two.
Good bit of racing. Mike is coming back into this fight as well.
They're going to hold each other up, aren't they?
Oh, Fury a little wiggly through the snake. Dan will be wanting Mike to put pressure on Joe here.
Mike's look there. He's not far off. Yes, we're not even through the first sector yet. That's just before the Degners on this version. On this game. 310 soft.
Future Avenge.
Seconds from back.
Future's winning a second of DJ Phil. We'll keep our eyes on that battle developing. Mike still not really gained. He's still 1.2. But you just see... Go on, Pian, sorry.
Phil was really, really hard early on the brakes and nearly caught Future Revenge napping.
Dean's gaining on the pair of them two as well. As Joe now at Spoon. Oh, he's braking as late as he dares. And Dan at the minute just doing what he needs to.
Driving the widest Camaro in the world.
Yeah. And the thing is now for Joe is, if he's to get down into 130R, he's got to get the move done before they get to 130R. Because the minute they get there, Dan's just going to park his car there all day long. Oh, did Joe just tap the back of Dan? He definitely got off the throttle. He definitely got off the throttle there, did Joe. I don't know if he touched the back of him or just had a wiggle because he was on the grass. But into the chicane again. Mike is right with these front two now.
Future Revenge just tried to have a look at Phil through 130R.
Good man. Dean really gaining on the back of there. Mike is with the two leaders. He's lost a little bit through the chicane. The gap, though, he's down to 9/10. Where's Daz? Just can't stick with him. Joe's going round the outside again of Dan at turn 1. Cannot get it done once more. And Mike's getting close enough that Dan parking her on the apex. Textbook stuff from the touring car fan. Oh, Joe! Just so late on the brakes, nearly tapping the back of Dan. He knows what he's doing. And this is exciting stuff. We've already had nearly 10 minutes of this second race. Mike's with them. Future Revenge, 6/10 off the back of Phil. Dean within a second of them two, so we'll keep our eyes on that battle as well. Up into Dunlop they come now. This is a great scrap.
And a great scrap for 7th as well, between Phil and Future.
Yeah.
Phil's car looks very squirrely.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Dean's also right with Future now. That gap will change as Fury looks to the inside of the little right-hand kink towards the hairpin. Can't get it done. Dan defends the inside line. Makes Fury go a little deep. Mike's not close enough to take advantage of it. Dean's within 7/10 of Future Revenge. And Phil 4/10 ahead of Future Revenge as they're going to come towards the hairpin now. And Dan, textbook driving from him at the moment. The 6-time champ and the 4-time champ.
Dean's in the wall.
What's he done?
He went past Future Revenge, couldn't touch the grass, and speared off into the wall on the right before the hairpin.
Outbraked himself or just because he touched the grass?
Just because he touched the grass and lost traction. And Future saw it coming and just let him do it.
Do you think Dean would have made the corner if he didn't touch the grass?
No.
Ah,
Phil's
so
wide into spoon.
Phil's very wide. Future Revenge, thank you very much. Dean's not actually lost too much time yet.
No, he's still there.
He's still there.
Definitely hit the wall, though.
But Future Revenge has got past DJ Phil. Now, Fury, little bit of a slide through the corner. Mike seems to be gaining in that final sector. That seems to be where Mike is stronger at the moment than the two in front. But we know Fury's strong in a straight line. We know that BMW is good in a straight line. Dan defending the inside line once again. Fury now cuts to that inside even more. He's going to try and make this work. He's going to make turn 1 so tight for him. Dan leaves just enough room, but Fury breaks early enough. And oh, he taps Dan again!
Oh, it's happened again.
And now Mike, right on the back of Fury, having a look at the snake. And the championship protagonists have made contact once more. The gloves are off. I'm telling you now, the gloves are off.
Are we actually going to get a Senna Prost moment? Or the other battles what ended in crashes?
Joe, wide, on the grass. He's on the grass. He's off the power bit. Mike just cannot keep that momentum through the snake to get on the back of Joe.
Oh, Joe was lucky he didn't lose the rear.
Yeah, he was.
There.
And look who's with PN now. With Peaceful now, PN, sorry. Daz.
I am PN.
Daz is right with Peaceful.
Too many P's. Shall I go back to my original PSN name and make it less confusing?
What was that?
Darth Vader.
Ah, there we go.
No, I think I might just see my football manager character. Yeah.
Yes. It is, Jake. It's a cracking battle out front. We'll just go with Ophelia.
Yeah.
So it's Dan from Fury, from Peaceful Explosion, Daz Automatic, Smoky Devils P5, Louis Allen in 6th, Future Revenge ahead of DJ Phil. Well, Dean Wasaki trying to get on the back of DJ Phil then.
It's pretty much a four-way battle for the lead. Daz is with him.
Daz has done well tonight on his first outing in these GT4s. Oh, Dan, little wiggle. Him and Fury wide at 130R.
You think it's the first time he's really jumped into the GT4 cars as well, properly.
Oh, Fury is all over the chicane there. And he now gets a better run than Dan. And he's been given, just seen on Joe's stream, that is his first warning for track limits. Dan also has one. As Fury to the outside, Daz also has one. Mike does not. Neither does Dean Wasaki. So 3 of the top 4 all on first warnings. And Fury once again just patiently waiting. Mike and Daz have both missed out into turn 1. Dean trying to hunt down DJ Phil. Fury! Jeez! He's getting a little close here.
He's getting a little closer, and what it could end in tears. I mean, it's like a cigarette paper.
Oh, he's wide. He's wide again.
He's wide
Bit
again.
further onto the grass and gravel through the Dunlop. But Mike is still not close enough. Will he get the run going into the Degners? Is Mike going to have a look up the inside of the Degners? No, he's not. I mean, even to overtake it. Don't know why he's saying on author jump the start. He didn't. Otherwise, you know, I think it's pretty much impossible on this game. But thanks for your comment. I hope you well overtake it. And Peaceful now right with these two as well. Peaceful right on the back of Fury there. And Dan has defended like this for so long.
Dean ran wide through the Dunlop again.
Right. Pit window opens now. So the pit window's open for these two for this battle to peter out or do what it will.
Or do you stay on these tyres, which are now nice and warm and sticky?
Yeah, but
And then
you could also pit and have better tyres at the end of the race.
Yeah, but if you leave it a bit later, your tyres will be fresher as well.
Fresher but cooler. You've got to get them in that window, ain't you? And the track's going to get colder.
As the sun gets lower.
Exactly. So what do we do here? You see the Ferris wheel shining in the background as we come towards the chicane. Fury bounces off it. Again, takes a lot of curve through the second part of it. And nobody boxes at the minute.
This circuit's owned by your favourite manufacturer.
It is Honda. Yeah, Honda. This is their test track, I do believe.
We haven't mentioned about
No.
Honda owning this.
No. I was saving that for Pro-Am. Fury to the outside of Dan. Gap gets a little close again as Fury tries to turn in. He's got to tuck back in behind. Oh, again. Just a little wiggly mid-corner. Joe. Tell you what, he is getting paper thin. You could basically keep an A4 piece of paper, one single sheet, propped up between these two cars with how close this BMW and Chevrolet are together. And Mike is right with him. He needs a better run through the snake.
Yeah. I think Mike's liking these GT4 cars.
Yeah, I do. I've seen him race some brilliant races.
Maybe even Merc GT3 for the first season on
PS5.
PS5.
I know for a fact that he's going to try that 296 on the brakes hard. Yeah, I think you're right there, Jay. Pit strategies will be key for the top four.
Not gonna lie, I really like the 296 in PS5 stuff.
Dan defends the hairpin. He was in front of Fury before the lights went green. Fury will have to put that in and overtake it. If that's what you was on about by the jump start, then fair enough. I'll let you off. Fury looking each way till Sunday on the back of Dan as they come to spoon. Dan parking the car exactly where he needs to. Going to make Fury have to go wider or not get on the power as early. And Fury once again tucks back in behind. Mike is right there. He is right there.
Yeah, Daz has dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
Again.
Dan's got a little paint scuff on the back bumper of that car. Fury's through. Dan's coming back. I'm not sure what that was. That looked like the server was catching up with each other there. Dan up the inside at 130R, back through.
How big are your minerals again? How much do you
Jeez.
have?
Yeah. Oh, Mike is right there.
In an F1 car or even a Super Formula car, you take 130R flat.
Yeah.
Your foot's flat to the floor because you've got the downforce.
Here in a GT4 or a GT3, nah.
Nah. Maybe in a Super GT car.
Possibly so, because they've got a lot of downforce added to them. Fury breaks earlier than Dan. He's not got the run through turn one. Going to try and sneak up the inside. Two wheels on the grass pretty much here. Compromises his run through the second part of the first corner. This is great driving from these top three.
It is, yeah. It's fantastic to see.
Fury's having a look on Dan. There's no gap there. Fury's got to put two wheels on the grass to not make contact with Dan.
Oh, Phil's really quick coming into the pits and grazed the wall. Phil,
So
where's
Phil.
he go back to Macklin?
Phil in the pits. First man to pit. Dan still leads through the Degners. Yeah. Last in race one, first in race two. Through Degner 2. Fury's all over the curbs compared to Dan. Dan didn't get the better run through Degner 2 there. He's going to defend that inside line, though, for the hairpin. Oh, this is close stuff. And Mike just isn't there to get this job done. Does Fury get the power out of the corner? No, he does not. And Dan stays in front once again. This has nearly been 20 minutes of this. And Dan will once again cover that inside line.
I think we need to use the motorbike chicane. I say if there's a joke of that.
Oh, scarily close. Fury heavy on the brake. Mike seems to catch in this final sector. Joe gets a good run out the final part of Spoon. And Dan tries to defend. And Fury's now going to have the inside line. Is he going to be far enough ahead? He's already alongside. Dan, will he have the minerals around the outside of 130R? They're pretty much side by side. They're all side by side. Fury's slightly in front. Dan yields the time. Dan drifts a little wider than Fury. Mike's not there to capitalise. But Dan now drops to second place. And Fury gets the run done. He's gone straight onto the chicane.
That'll be another warning.
He's giving the time back. And he's given the place back to Dan. Well, I know he'd cut the chicane, but he didn't get... Well, it's just come up on his stream. He's no time gained on the stream. This is going to give Mike a run into turn one. Fury can't come across to defend as Mike up the inside. What a move from Peaceful Explosion. Fury drops to third. And now Mike can defend for all his might as Smokey and Louis come in the pit. And now Dan can maybe put some daylight between himself and Joe.
As he's now... He could use Mike as a bit of a roadblock.
Jay say more excitement in these 20 minutes than in 20 races of Formula 1. Yeah, fair one.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can. Mike is now the rolling roadblock for Fury on Dan. Joe, though, looks to tuck up underneath of Mike at Dunlopy. That corner's just going to start to close and close and close. He was never actually alongside Mike, so Mike shuts the door on him. And through the Degner's A Cup, Joe is looking a determined chap in this race.
He is. He wants this title, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, massively. So what did Joe gain over Dan in race one? So Joe come home with a third, Dan got fifth. So that was 27. So 5 points difference. At the minute, there'll be 7 points difference. So Dan will actually come away with with 1 extra point because Joe took pole position. So Dan will gain a point on Fury if the result stays as it is. Louis Allen is away. Smokey Devil is also out the pits. Louis Allen comes out behind. Dean Wisoki's well in front. Where's DJ Phil? Nowhere near. And Fury up the inside at Spoon. We've missed the start of that. He's got the job done on Mike at Spoon. Fury's back up to second.
But has the damage been done? But then again, though, we've still got 25 minutes of this race to go.
We've still got what we've already had. We're not even halfway through this race yet.
I'm not going to sing Bon Jovi and Living on a Prayer.
Question for these top three is, when do these three pit?
Do you go for the undercut or the overcut? Ooh. Well, Dan's staying
Mike's
out.
in. Mike's in.
Staying...
Daz is in.
Future's still miles from the pit lane as yet. He's not
So
even
Mike
under
and
30
Daz in the pits.
And this one, in theory, they shouldn't have any damage.
I mean, Fury may have a little bit on his front end.
And Dan might have a bit on his back.
Mike's got none. Fury's probably not going to repair his. Oh, Fury's still out on track, isn't he? So we can't see yet.
Yeah, it's Daz that's in. He's this
Daz.
is pit box under the reverse.
That's a shame for Daz. Here comes Future. He stays out. Dean Wisoki also stays out. Right, so now we're going to see if the overcut or the undercut works. Because if Mike's gained on Dan and Joe, we know the undercut works.
He's doing that warm-up phase earlier with the track probably a little bit warmer than it will be
what I
in
mean.
Dan and Fury pit.
With 11 minutes left of this race, there's a good chance that their pit window, or temperature for when they pit, could be down to 11 degrees. So Mike, I think DJ Phil pitted at the right time. In straight away, you've got more laps to get them tyres up to pressure and temperature, giving you that more opportunity to have them better, warmer tyres at the end. Yeah, you've got fresher tyres at the end. But if they're taking 2 or 3 laps to switch on, you know, what would you rather take? Dan from Fury, from Future Revenge at the minute. Dean is P4. Mike is P5. That's because Daz's pit box was past Mike's. Mike hadn't crossed the line. So Mike will be P5. Daz is P6. Smokey is P7. Not far from the back of Daz, actually. So Smokey gained on Daz in the pits. Louis Allen's 8th. DJ Phil is 9th. And just about to cross the line. Dan's coming into the final sector. Joe's got the gap down to a second. So Fury flying in this one. And he really gains on the Chevrolet here. And none of them box. Yeah, none of them box. So interesting tactic here at the minute. But it's Fury who continues his battle after cutting the chicane and losing out to Dan and Mike. He's within 6/10 of a second now to put the pressure back on Dan. Dan's defended for 20-odd minutes. He's got to do it again, PM.
Yeah, but he's still got to do it. Who will boot first and enter the pit lane? Or do they pit at exactly the same time? And
wow. I don't think they're going to have as big a damage as race 1, so I do believe that they won't repair damage. Joe didn't repair damage in race 1.
No, neither did Mike.
Will Future pit? No. Will Dean pit?
No. He's slowly winding back in on Future.
He is a little bit. Dean does not pit. And Joe gaining back on Dan. Dan's had a bit of respite. He's now got to deal with Joe again.
He's got that 13 car right behind him again.
Yeah, Joe's right with him. Joe is right with him. Joe just really gains under the brakes. He's gone so deep there, though. That's going to cost him a 10th or 2.
Yep.
And again, Dan just can have a little bit of breathing space.
Dan's driving the widest Camaro in the world.
Yeah, he is.
What, no?
Great, you can tell that it's a champion's drive, this from Dan.
Oh, yeah. Well, both of them are champions in GT3s and, well, in Dan's case, F2 as well.
Yeah, Fury in touring cars.
Who won Clio's? Falgast?
Clio's was Falgast. Now Falgast from Clio's.
Yeah,
Dan won GT5, Gianetta Juniors. Fury very wide. That could be track limits. No time gained, apparently.
How far do you have to go off the road to get back?
I don't think he was on his throttle. So none of them pit again. Joe's actually on 2 warnings. So, yeah, I've just seen it pop up. He's on 2 warnings. He's got to be careful with that.
Yeah, especially if he gets another one.
With 20 minutes left in this race, Joe has got to be very, very careful. And he's right on the back of Dan.
It shows you're pushing. Don't say
yeah.
One occasionally. But when you get more than one, it's like, okay, it's me.
Yeah.
I need to calm down a bit. God, Dan's defended like mad.
Joe was also very wide, so I don't think that helped. Joe, where's Mike? 130R. As he come up towards Dunlop now and through Dunlop, track still 12 degrees. Joe just had to get off the throttle a little bit there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of curb at Degner 1. No time gained. What's Dan on?
Future's in.
Dan's on 1. Daz is on 1. Dean's on none. Mike's on none. Joe's on 2. At the hairpin. Nothing done there. Mike moves up to P3. So where is Mike? Turn 1. These two are at Spoons. They're literally pretty much at opposite ends of the circuit. Who's that up the top of Spoon? That is DJ Phil. These two are about to lap. But don't forget these two haven't pitted yet. This is close. This is close racing.
Close. We may only have 9 cars, but it's been so close.
It's actually been a good night, to be fair. The racing's actually been very, very good. And Dan already going defensive towards 130R. Mike is at Dunlop now. So he's not going to quite be at the Degner as they cross over the figure 8 part.
Can you imagine if we get the full grid and you see the other cars? And
Jeez, yeah, I know, that'd be quite nice, that would.
Well, it'd be nice if we had, again, apologies for terrible cameras on the PS4 version.
Joe's boxing. Oh, he's in! Oh, he's in! Oh!
Oh, he did a cold
I thought he nearly rear-ended the wall, and that could have been game over for Fury. Because if he'd have bounced off that, he could have bounced off the others. Right,
Yeah,
Joe doesn't have any damage. He does not have any damage, does Joe? Yes, coming into the pit lane, yeah.
1995. I think he did it at the Nürburgring as well. A couple of years later.
See, I was actually born for that one. See, we're all good there, look. Right, Joey's in. Mikey's coming down towards 130R. This could be close, you know.
It could be very, very close. Especially if Dan was trying to back Joe up a little bit as well, slowing him down. So Mike jumps both of them.
Joe's not yet away. Mike's on the power. Joe's now away. Bonus for Joe is his pit box pretty much at the bottom. Here comes Mike. This could be very, very close. Very, very close. Joe is off the limiter. There he is. Here's Mike. Joe's got to get his tyres right. And Mike back into P2. So Mike pitted after Joe had re-overtaken him. And Joe's now got to get his tyres right in this window because they are stone cold, I imagine. No tyre blankets on these GT4s.
They want to get rid of tyre blankets in general, don't they? And the tyre ovens they have it back in the garages. You've been to British GTs, walked through the paddock, haven't you? You've seen ovens like they have with all the tyres in, that keeps tyres warm. Lovely smell, just smell them.
Beautiful smell, yeah.
Slightly melted Pirellis. It's
oh, Joe's
really
wide.
Nice.
Joe's wide at Dunlop, onto the grass. This is him trying to get his tyres up to temperature. This could cost him. But what will it cost if Dan pits? He's got DJ Phil right in front. Surely Dan sees the traffic and has to pit now. Daz has dropped lots of time to Smokey. In fact, Daz is behind Smokey now.
Yeah, Daz is there behind Smokey. So
and 11 seconds behind. Well noticed, Jay. Dan is in. Any damage for Dan?
Come in to cover.
Dan has no damage.
Dan had to come in to cover Joe. He had to come in. Because if Joe gets them tyres really warm, he can jump in.
The trouble is at the minute though, PN, track temp still 12 degrees. He's only got the front left warm. He's still 2.1 off the back of Mike. Dan's not yet even at his pit box. Hits his pit box now. Up he goes. 30 seconds. I think Mike will do him here.
Yep, Joe's still trying to move the car around a bit and generate a bit of heat.
Yeah, Joe's tyres are not up to temperature. Dan's got 18 seconds left. This will be the longest 18 seconds of his life. I think this could be a little...
This is going to be a cracking race.
9 seconds left. I don't think Dan's going to do this. Dan's got the closest pit box of them all. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan is now away. Mike's going to jump. In fact, no, Dan's off the limiter, so his stream's a little behind. Apologies. But Mike, so no, apologies. I'm watching Dan's stream, not watching the actual footage. Dan's well in front. Joe, still not got them tyres up to temperature. In fact, he has now. Tyres are up to temperature for Joe. He's now got to hunt down Mike. 14 minutes to go. What is the gap, PN? Because, you know, Mike running longer than... a lot longer than Fury, and Dan has put him second. Dan, answering back to Fury, has kept him in the lead and put him in the lead a little longer. Daz is in the pits. I think Daz has got damage.
Damage, puncture? Don't know. I don't know if Jay's watching Daz's stream.
32 seconds on his pit stop, so not sure. No punches. Yeah, no punches for Daz.
Fuel, maybe.
No, he's got 10 laps left of fuel.
That should be more than enough around here.
Yeah. Just repairing the damage, it looks like. Fury might not have enough fuel. Oh!
Yeah, more.
And you cannot fuel save. There is the only car with an engine map is the Mercedes. Dean's going to get... If I know, Dean will not get past Daz. Dean will not get past Daz. Dean comes round now. Daz is out. So Fury's gaining on Mike, but may not have enough fuel. I'm looking at his stream. He's got 11.8 litres left.
That's not enough. That ain't enough. He's lost. He's either got to lift and coast a lot. Or come back in
no!
pit.
So
Just to
then,
put him behind Louis.
30 seconds. I don't know if that's going to put him behind Louis in and out. Possibly,
will.
we'd have to see. We'd have to see.
Because you've still got to stop a hole for 30 seconds, ain't you? Once you're in the pit.
Oh, I don't know. I don't actually know. Because Daz only did a 2-point-something second pit stop there. So Dan leads 2.1 clear of Mike. Fury, 1.6 off the back of Mike, but 4 laps of fuel. And at 2-minute 12 a lap, 2-minute 13 a lap. Well, in fact, let's work it out at 2:14 for Dan, in case that's what Dan's doing.
But
There's about 6 laps left. There's about 6 laps left. Joe's got 4 laps of fuel.
He's 2 laps shy. 3 laps shy, really.
Two or 3. Give or take. Give or take. That was 12 minutes 86. So pretty much 13 minutes, let's say.
But Fury's right on the back of Mike.
He's got 10.2 left in the tank. He is on the back of Mike. But I don't know how long Joe can stay on the back of Mike.
No, because he's going to have to speak.
He's definitely going to lose out to Smokey. If Joe pits, he's definitely dropping off the podium.
Yep. Which keeps Smokey in the hunt.
Possibly, I think so.
Mike's defending.
Fury's well off. Fury's well off. It was that a bit of a desperation dive.
Possibly, but he's still going to run out of fuel.
He is, yeah. But that's the problem, is now that brings Smokey and Louis just them couple of tenths closer.
Yeah. God, it's getting nicely dark now. The lights are really shine.
9.2 in the tank with 11 minutes 8 left. Daz is back in the pits again. So what has happened to Daz this time? Yeah, he's learning. You know, if he finishes the season, it's an extra car on the grid. Brilliant. If not, you know, Daz, at least you've turned up and scored some points. And you're in the top 20. And you got a podium. And it's 2 more race starts to your name.
And it's also good experience for Wednesday night.
Yeah, bit of track knowledge. Bit of track knowledge. Right, will Fury pit? Yeah, he's coming in. He's coming in.
He has to do it sooner or later to reply to Louis and Smokey.
Yeah. So Joey's in. He's got a 5-second pit stop.
Literally 5 seconds worth of fuel in the car.
Smokey, it will be through. Louis Allen misses the chicane a little bit, but should be through. Joe is stopped now. Here comes Louis. Future is nowhere near, so Joe will have a couple of laps to attack Louis Allen. Joe is not yet away. He's away now. Louis Allen gets past. So Joe is P5. Dan leads this race. At the minute, Dan would have gained 1 point the way it stood. Now, Dan gains 13 points. So the gap goes from 22 all the way down to 10.
Yeah.
But Joe's now... One thing I've noticed as well is Joe's tyres would have cooled. So Joe's got to reheat them tyres.
It's probably the only saving grace in the PS4 stuff where we don't actually have to change tyres. Is they cool down a little bit coming in the pits.
Yeah, I can imagine. So Dan leads this race from Peaceful Explosion. Smokey Devil's on the podium, P3. Louis Allen 4th. Fury 5th. Future Revenge 6th. DJ Phil 7th. Dean Wisocki 8th. Daz Automatic 9th. Great night for Mike. I've got my driver of the day. Great night.
Yeah. Is he driving a Mercedes? So it normally has 66
He is. Yeah.
Like a racing car.
Yeah.
Because that was actually, if I did, well, one of my car choices was will it be the Team Parker race and
Chevrolet.
as well, but...
So they're going to be on 17 podiums. If Dan gets a podium, they're going to be on 7 wins. They're going to be 1 win behind the Ginetta. So 1 win will tie them with a Ginetta in 4 races. 2 wins will put them ahead of the Ginetta, and it'll only put them. They're actually only 6 wins off the back of the Ferrari, but Dan leads this way. This man, 6.9 off the back of Louis Allen with tyres that are just starting to get up to temperature. But 6.9 with 8 minutes to go, PN, is a tall order.
It is a tall order.
Hats off to Smokey.
Fury, yeah. Still there.
Yeah, come in. Race 2 had that. Race ban in race 1 due to penalty points.
As far as I've seen, been very clean, Smokey.
Yes, we shouldn't see him in the steward room, which means no more penalty points. And this may actually put him back in this championship contention. Obviously, we know it's pretty much done. Let's see what things would be as it stands. So as it stands, Dan would do that. Fury's that. And Smokey would be that. Yeah, Smokey would be back in contention. Like, literally on the cusp.
That's a great word, isn't it? Cusp.
Yeah.
What a word.
Mike will also take more points out of him. So for Mike...
Oh, Smokey's wide.
For Mike at the minute, Mike could go to 277. Smokey would be on 341. Mike could be about 80 points behind him. With 142 left up for grabs.
Maybe in the new year, because it will be in the new year, after Christmas, New Year's Day and all that lot. The PS5 stuff. Have a PS5 GT4 as well.
I think Porsche Cup's one that's coming. So we'll have to see. Fury has halved his deficit to Louis Allen. My days, if we thought he was charging on the back of Dan, the young man is going to be charging now on the back of Louis.
And track temps just dropped down to 11.
11 degrees. Damage limitation for Joe now in this race.
Yeah. He will be trying to get in front of at least Louis. I think Smokey's too far up the road.
Yeah, and if he gets ahead of Louis, it is an extra 2 points. So it'll, the gap will be 12. Dan had still gained points on the night. But 12 is better than, 10.
Yeah.
At Nürburgring, which could be pretty even. We know Mazzano, the BMW, should possibly be the more dominant car. But Nürburgring... Oh, it's anybody's championship, this, at the minute. It's great battle to see.
That's got to be colder and darker than it is now for this race. With the Nürburgring next week.
Joe within 1.9 of Louis. He can see Louis.
I've got a feeling there won't be many people doing that because of the conditions.
Yeah. Well, I won't be here for pro.
No, because you're working.
I'm in Switzerland, and I saw the weather today. Snow. As if flying wasn't bad enough.
Yeah,
I've got to land in the snow. Yay!
It is in the Alps, not Switzerland.
Oh, Louis Allen wide at turn 1. Stays a little wide as he comes back on the track. That's going to get Joe P4. Louis does not fight that too hard. It's P4 for Joe.
I think it's safe to say that Joe's furious right now with himself, probably not under-fueling the car.
And it's them little mistakes, PM, that will, cost you in the that could cost you in the championship.
Like Hungary, it was the track limits penalty.
Yeah. When he really had a good gap over Dan.
Yeah.
That's really when Dan started to catch him up. He's off. He's back on. Oof.
Everything flashed before your eyes when that happens.
So Fury here, back up to P4. Gap will be 12 points going into Nürburgring next week. But he's got 16 seconds to gain on Smokey. That's not going to happen. Mike, 6 seconds behind Dan.
That's what I was about to
Well
say.
done. Does that go to show that Dan may have been backing Fury up into Mike a little bit here?
Possibly, but it's hard to say because you're not the one. We're not the ones in the cars.
Yeah.
Well, even though your Bentley's in the pit lane, I'm not, because of the horrible spectator we have now on PS4, which is Monza Pro, unfortunately, and not been rectified.
Won't be rectified, I reckon.
No, I don't think so either. That'll be a discussion probably in the final week before it's running 3 seasons on PS4 at least. well, on broadcast. Possibly will run off stream.
Right. Mike 6 seconds off the back of Dan. Smokey 23 behind him. Joe is
Well,
he's 2.5 ahead of Louis Allen, so he's pulled away from Louis. BMW 345. Dean's got the gap down under 10 seconds to DJ Phil, so is Dean having a late charge? Joe 16 seconds. It's not going to happen. Future Revenge pretty much in no man's land. He's got 9 seconds to Phil. Dean's 9 seconds behind Phil. Daz a lap down. Fair play to Daz tonight. Come in, didn't know the car, bit of testing late on.
We told him not to have the Audi because the brakes were shocking on it.
Yeah.
Aston or McLaren or the BM are the most stable. Well, Jeanetta's stable as well. Very stable car. The KTM's good in the corners, but awful on the straights. Well, it just doesn't have the grunt.
Now, I'm not going to put Smokey Devil on driver of the day because he didn't do race 1. So I'm going Peaceful and Daz, just because of Daz's podium. And I've gone Fury and Dan.
Yeah.
So get your voting for driver of the day. As we've gone from 14 likes to 8 likes. So people have been unliking the stream. Guys, girls, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel when you can. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we are live. Should be back live Wednesday night, all being well, if we get the drivers for Pro-Am. And we will at the minute be live for Pro, because that has got quite a few drivers so far.
Yep.
So bonus don't forget to hit that like button though, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified.
PS5 stuff.
PS5 Sunday, yeah, Donington Park, evening race Sunday night. Dan's just started the final lap of this race. Dean's got the gap down to DJ Phil, another 3 seconds here. And Dean has got 2 laps, this lap and the next lap, to gain on Phil. If Phil makes a couple of mistakes, that's doable for Dean.
It is. Come on.
Mike's got the gap down to 5.9.
It is Dan cruising now because it's the last lap.
Possibly just bringing it home. Track's dropped to 11 degrees, as we said a little earlier. The last thing Joe needs now is a couple of track limits warnings, pushing too hard, and he gets a time penalty, because that'll at least be 30 seconds.
It will be.
Which may drop him just behind Future Revenge, yes.
He's done 3 seconds on Smokey that lap.
Yeah, it's still not enough. Dean 6.2 to DJ Phil. And he's got 1 and a bit laps left as Dean on DJ Phil. As Phil comes through Spoon. Oh, just a little wiggly for DJ Phil there. Dan opens that gap back up to 6.5. Where's Dan on track? Just gone through the hairpin, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Just going to look at DJ Phil and Dean Wisoki's sector times.
Phil started 130
5.5. So Dean took about 1.1 seconds out of Phil in that middle sector.
Not enough time, though. Just not enough time.
Phil makes a mistake, though. Dean's right there. What's the gap going to be through the final sector? Oh, I've pressed drive. That's the wrong button.
Yeah,
What's the gap?
Bentley really confuse them.
What's the gap through the final sector, then? So Phil's just crossed the line. Dean to the line now.
Dan to 130.
5.3, so he's gained 2 more tenths. Dan, though, is at 130R. He's now at the chicane. Unorthodox 16 is going to become a 71-time race winner here at SimPlay Motorsport. It's been a fantastic defensive drive for Dan. It is going to be P1. The championship swings back tighter than it was before. Dan wins round 16 of the season. Mike will come home for a P2. Great night once again for Mike. It'll be Daz to finish P9. Just ahead of Smokey Devil. Nice fireworks, by the way. Lovely fireworks. Hey, look at that. That's beautiful.
You can actually see them.
You can only hear them in the daytime. Oh, Nürburgring will be fantastic for that. Daz, P9. Smokey Devil is going to come across the line. P3's on the podium. Good result for him. Joe, well, what could have been for Joe? It's going to be 4th damage limitation. That's the best he could have hoped for. But what could have been for him? He will be. He will be. Louis Allen, P5. Dean's got the gap down to 4.5 seconds. Where are they on track? Just coming around towards Spoon.
Yep.
Louis Allen, P5. Good result for him. Future Revenge. Looks like it's going to be P6. As we hopefully get the top 3 in.
Round 30R for future. That Dean's still not close enough. I still got
3.8.
3.8.
He's close, you know, to him. He's yeah, to be fair to Dean there, he's giving absolutely everything at the final lap of this race. Future Revenge will cross the line for P6. DJ Phil is just narrowed. I tell you what, 2 more laps, Dean would have had him.
If this was the hour-long race we have on Sundays.
Yeah, Dean would have had him an extra 15 minutes. DJ Phil P7, Dean Wasocki crosses the line P8. That then is your race result, and that is everything done and dusted for week 8 of GT4 action. What a night it has been. We hopefully get the top 3 in for a quick interview. The championship standings, though, look a little like this. Smoky Devil stays in that championship contention just because Fury obviously got that extra place, but it is 12 points that separate Fury from Dan. So Dan comes away gaining more than he lost here tonight. Great result for Dan in that second race. Smoky Devil still mathematically in the championship hunt. He's on 341. Mike goes to 277, so he's trying to gain on Smoky Devil there. That is 66 points, that gap. Future Revenge moves into P5 ahead of Dennis Newman. Louis Allen up to 7th place ahead of Tibbs. DJ Phil goes up to 9th ahead of Kishenyika. Dean gains up to 14th to gain on the back of Doctor Who. And Daz Automatic moves 21st. He doesn't go ahead of Lucas Roth in to the top 20, so therefore will not be on the championship standing leaderboard. But we'll turn to Smoky Devil first. And Smoky, obviously the race ban in race 1, but a good race 2 from the back of the grid.
That was alright. I was 4th place all the way until the last couple of laps, and I looked in and I was in 3rd, so I don't have a clue how I got there. I don't know if Fury pitted or whatever.
Yeah, out of fuel towards the end.
Oh, was it? I was just settling for 4th place, and then I realised at the end that I had 3rd, so I was like, oh, nice one, I'll take that.
Yeah, take that. Obviously, you know, you're still in mathematical contention for the championship, but you've got to outscore Joe by 34 points next week. It's pretty much really trying to keep Mike behind you, who's 60-odd points behind.
It's going to be hard to stop Fury, so it's just a matter of keeping the rest behind me now.
3rd place in the championship, though. You've got to be happy with that. GT4's obviously coming to an end. Night race next week in what will be cold Nürburgring conditions. Can you give it your best round there?
I like the Nürburgring. I always seem to do alright there. I always seem to be around about the podiums, so aye, give it a go and see how it is.
Well, Smokey, congratulations tonight. Well done on that podium. That now for BMW means they need 4 podiums for 100. Smokey Devil, well done on P3.
Cheers.
And we go to Mike, who, well, rocks up in a GT4 car and is just improving his podium stats. That's another one, but it could have almost been a second race win at part of that race.
Yeah, I was keeping with him at the start. I think I heard you on the stream asking it was Dan backing him up. I don't think you were. They were just battling, so obviously you lose time. So it allowed me to keep getting on the back of him. And then when I passed Fury, that was funny. Did you think at one stage that Joe was getting a little close to Dan? Did you think there was maybe a chance of a second race win tonight? Yeah, I see. You had a little nudge here and there, and I thought, oh, hello, we'll be doing it again. Ready to dive one side or the other, but no, it was a good race. It's been a good set of GT4 races for you in recent weeks. Obviously, we know you struggled to make the full race in terms of the evening, but your last several races, 2nd, 1st, 4th, 3rd, 5th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, good bit of form. Nice cars to drive, I think. They're quite handy. I think with a bit of time tuning, I might be able to get them a bit quicker, but I don't think I'm on Dan and Fury's pace. That's, again, another level. I'll just keep doing what I can do. Obviously, next week we go to the Nürburgring. It's night. It's sleet. But obviously, we don't get the sleet and snow option on the game, which means it's raining. 66% chance at the minute. Obviously, anything can happen because it doesn't get locked until Thursday evening. But it's going to be a cold one. Do you think you can do well at Nürburgring? Yeah, I think this Merc isn't too bad on the cold tyres, to be honest. As soon as you've got a slight light blue heat, you can grip quite well. So hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, Mike, well done, P2. And it looks like as well you have the fans' vote for driver of the day, so congratulations.
Happy days. And I didn't vote for myself, I'll just add, I have voted for Dan.
Well done. Well done, you. And we move to Dan, who now becomes a 70-time race winner here at SimPlay Motorsport. Dan, one race win for that Chevrolet behind the Ginetta. 71 race wins, apologies, you're on now. But that one was probably one of your harder ones.
Yeah, Suzuka. I mean, that BMW is stupidly fast. Stupidly fast. It's not my first trip around Suzuka, and I knew Fury was going to... If he got in front, he was gone. So I had to get the jump. I had to lead into turn one. And I did that, and at that point, I was just trying not to mess up the chicane again so that I gave him a hard time. I learned from one of the best defenders in the world, Jason Plato. Nailed every apex so that he can get past, but nah, hands up to Fury. He was fair, he was clean. There was a couple of moments where he did give me a nudge, where he got a little bit eager, but it is what it is, it's racing, we don't gain anything from this, just the pride,
Did you think that when Fury had got past you, that was game over?
I can't remember when we got past me.
I think on the run down to 130R.
I kind of sat there and went, right, this is going to end up like Fernando Alonso, Michael Schumacher brilliance, or it's going to end up in complete and utter carnage like Super Formula.
Like Super Formula, yeah.
We kind of gave each other space and room, and then he went deep into chicane, and I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll have that then.
Yeah.
So I got lucky, to be honest. If he had made that chicane, it would have been a different story. He would have been gone. Yes, the fuel might have helped, but yeah, it is what it is. He's in the BMW, which is a very good car, and Fury's a very good driver. So it's a combination that's very difficult to beat.
It's gone from 17 points to 12. You've gained 5 points at the end of tonight. Obviously, race one didn't go your way. 12 points, 4 races. Still a lot of points to play for. And it's getting closer.
Yeah, no, it's... Misano, he'll be strong. Nürburgring's my last chance. I do like Nürburgring a lot. I'm quite good round there as well. So anything can still happen, and it's wet. The Chevy's good in the wet. So yeah, Nürburgring's my last real stomp on the championship. But until then...
Are you needing away, I think. Are you then needing next week? Gap 12 points. You're needing drivers to be here on the grid. If the BMW struggles in the wet, you're needing guys to be on that grid to help you take points off of Joe.
Yeah, I don't care who races. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's for the championship or not. Just Daz raced tonight, and he knew there was a championship involved. He was fair. He was clean. Same with Mike, he's really not in it, but they're racing fair, At the end of the day, I'd rather have a full grid of GT4 cars. We're all having a scrap, we're having a laugh, Yeah, there's a championship involved, but, it's extra time on the track, and
exactly.
I don't care. I mean, tonight, Fury obviously gave me a little love tap and spun me around. I'm not putting it in because I'd seen that he'd given up so much time, let the entire pack through. And he took a penalty in that sense, so I think fair is fair there. So, but I mean, I made the mistake of bouncing over the curb, but it is what it is. But people, please just turn up. I don't care if you just do most of the race. Just turn up, race, have some fun. If you're having problems with setups, talk to some of us. We'll help you out. I can give you Chevy setups, whatever, But get involved. GT4s are fun.
They are. They're really fun.
They are indeed. Dan, congratulations on race win number 71. Well done on that win. We shall catch you later on in the week. PN, final comments from yourself and your driver of the day.
Who thought 9 cars have been so exciting?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Hopefully we get more for next Monday in the dark. And
driver of the day?
The Nürburgring. Driver of the day is Mike. Easily, Mike.
I'm going to go Mike as well. And I did say a little statistic of Mike in the second qualifying. His win percentage was 1.22. It's just dropped to 1.21.
Elite.
So it's not in the direction Mike would like it to go. But that's all we have time for, though. We'll be back live, myself, PN, and Nexus. Hopefully, we'll be back in the commentary box. Hopefully, back in the commentary box Wednesday evening for Pro-Am, where Dan has one hand on the championship there. And then Thursday night, we get to do it again. Game on between Ripper and Overtaker. Ripper starting to pull away in that one. Join us live 8 p.m. and then myself and Dan will be back in the comms box on Sunday evening for the PS5 GT3 series as we stick to the evening races but head to Donington Park. The weather looks a lot better there than Nürburgring. Do not worry at the moment. That's all we have time for. Thanks PM for joining me tonight in the comms box. We shall see you hopefully on Wednesday evening. Good night.
Good night.
We shall see you.